Hello and welcome to my penultimate vlog for MCS204. This week I'm going to be discussing DJ Spooky and the two readings of the week. So I'd like to start with a quote from the reading. A mini-mediation on mediated life. So yeah, at this point in the reading, DJ Spooky is telling the audience, the reader, to stop and have a little think about life. He's discussing this sort of internal process of looping and the complexity of human thought. He discusses this whole mind-brain interface concept, and he's talking about how sort of our thoughts, how we think, is so directly influenced by the media we consume. While I was reading it, it also made me think of language. Does language limit thought? Like, can we think of things that we don't have words for? Can you, if you want to describe a thought through language, can you really do it justice? Like, if you think of the complexity of the human thought, of what you can think of, if you don't have the words to describe it, like, can you really think of that? I don't know, it's quite interesting. It's same to go with the media, like, how much does the media influence how we actually think and how we view things in our own head? Throughout the reading, DJ Spooky is drawing parallels between this remix culture and the World Wide Web and sort of how that intertwines with our lives. And he's discussing, in context of the World Wide Web, he's discussing search engines. It made me think of this kind of gatekeeper kind of thought about it. If, like, search engines were the gatekeepers of the internet, so they can control what results you do and don't get. Like, things such as the dark net and the deep web, as they're sort of known colloquially, like, they're not accessed by search engines, so you can't just look them up. So it makes me wonder how this whole interaction between the search engine giving us the information we want, like, how could that, play into our lives a bit more? In the second reading, he does talk about quite a couple of things, but one thing that kind of stood out for me, he talks about rebellion, and he talks about something about, like, living in a perfect village and children wanting to listen to Dr. Dre. It made me think of subcultures and how I think music plays a lot more. There's a lot more to it than just music. This whole sort of fighting for space within each generation. Each generation somehow seems to try and distance itself from the previous generation, and it does remind me of some of the subcultural theory we touched upon in MCS101. I don't know, it's quite interesting looking at that. So yeah, that's my take on DJ Spooky.